Welcome to another episode of Behind the Song. I am your host, Kia Flo, and on this episode we are taking a look at And the Beat Goes On by the Whispers. I recently watched an episode of R&B Money Podcast hosted by Jay Valentine and Tank, where they interviewed the legendary R&B soul group, The Whispers. I love The Whispers, y'all. So to listen to the stories they shared about their start and even the desire to collab with newer artists still was such an inspiration, and I had to cover one of my favorites by the phenomenal group. And the Beat Goes On is a total groove with a funky bass. Oh, how I wish I was a dancer on Soul Train when this song came out. But enough about all of that. Let's get to the story of this song. The Whispers is an American singing group that formed in 1963 in Watts, California. The original members included twin brothers Wallace Scotty and Walter Scott, along with Gordy Harmon, Marcus Hudson, and Nicholas Caldwell. They were invited to the Bay Area in 1966 by Sly Stone and relocated to the area shortly afterwards, developing a reputation as a show-stopping live act. Walter Scott was drafted in the Vietnam War around this time, returning to the group in 1969 after being discharged. Group member Gordy Harmon injured his larynx in a driving accident in 1973 and was replaced by former Friends of Distinction member LaVelle Degree. The Whispers experienced their first hit, Seems Like I Gotta Do Wrong, in 1970 under the Soul Clock label. Moving to the larger New York-based Jonas label, they continued to be produced by Ron Carson before he sold all of his recordings to Jonas with the group. In 1978, the group signed to Dick Griffey's Solar Records. The group scored many hits on the R&B Billboard Hot 100s charts throughout the late 70s and 1980s, and they hit number one on the Hot Dance Club Play chart in 1979 and 1980 with And the Beat Goes On. Songwriter and producer Leon Silvers was assigned to work with the veteran vocal group and chose for the Whispers this song that he had co-written with Stephen Shockley and William Shelby. When he played the group the song, they recognized it straight away as a hit, but Silvers had little belief that it would be their chart breakthrough. I find it kind of odd that he wouldn't think it was a hit based on the work he put into creating the instrumental alone.
And the Beat Goes On, Leon Silvers had a way that when he was in the studio with you, because at that time he didn't have a drum machine.
No drum machines. No.
So he would get on his knees and just hit the bass drum basically hit the bass drum. He had a little mallet, boom, boom, boom. Then he'd do that. Then he would get the snare, and then he would do the cymbals.
Moved to the toms.
He was in the toms.
He had it in his head.
So he wasn't a drummer.
Wasn't a drummer.
He was a bass player.
He was a bass player.
But he had that picture in his head.
In his head, how to do it.
And when he finished,
that
was And the Beat Goes On.
Yeah.
We saw it from the bass drum up. And then
the song was their first of two number one singles on the Soul chart and their first top 20 hit on the Billboard Hot 100s, peaking at number 19. And the Beat Goes On was the group's only number one song on the dance chart. It was also their first and biggest hit in the United Kingdom, peaking at number 2 on the UK singles chart. The song also peaked at number 27 on the Canadian RPM chart. The song was sampled in Moni Love's 1989 single, I Can Do This, from her debut album, Down to Earth, and in Will Smith's 1998 single, Miami, from his 1997 album called Big Willie Style. and is also featured in the 2002 video game Grand Theft Auto: Vice City. Marcus Hudson left the group in 1992 due to prostate cancer and succumbed to it in 2000, and Nicholas Caldwell died of congestive heart failure January 5th of 2016. The remaining members are still performing to packed houses across the country and can probably be found in a city near you. And now, it's time for me singing the song in the shower. Do you ever wonder that to win somebody's got to lose? I might as well get over the blues. Hey, just like fishing in the ocean, there'll always be someone new. And for copywriting purposes, we're not going to sing the rest of that. And that was the Whispers with their song And the Beat Goes On Behind the Song. If this video brought back some old school memories, or if you're curious to listen, go and find this and any other song we have covered online, usually on most streaming platforms and most certainly on YouTube. Let's show these artists that their work is still being discovered and rediscovered, and that music never dies. We hope you have enjoyed this episode, and we pray you come back for more. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like, and make sure you are subscribed with your notification bell turned on so you're updated whenever we upload a new video. Until next time.